Now on BBC One at almost 9:40, the main news with Jan Leeming.
Dramatic end of the six-day siege. 19 hostages, including the 3 Britons, are safe. The end came with an assault on the building by the Army's Special Air Services Regiment, the SAS, not long after gunmen had killed 2 hostages and pushed the body of one out onto the embassy steps. They threatened to kill another hostage every half hour. It ended with 3 gunmen dead, 1 in hospital and another in police custody. Kate Adey watched the day's events.
This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended. This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended.
This is a broadcast from the BBC and Her Majesty's government. Information of a nuclear strike against this country has been received. The public are advised to remain calm. Major roads and transport networks have been closed to the public for military use. Phone networks are also to be prioritised for the military and government officials. Those in London, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Liverpool, Sheffield, Edinburgh and Belfast are advised to evacuate as a precautionary measure. Police will guide you to your nearest shelter. You should bring your own resources as they will not be provided for you. This should include a week's supply of food, water and toiletries and a change of clothes. These shelters operate on a first-come, first-served basis, and once they reach capacity you will be turned away. Those who are not in these areas should shelter in place in their homes. Nuclear explosions create radioactive material known as fallout. Fallout can spread for hundreds of miles. Exposure to fallout will result in death. In order to protect yourselves, you should build an inner refuge in the lowest and the most central part of your home. Using sturdy, preferably non-flammable resources, you should build a reinforced shelter you and your family can stay in during the worst of the fallout period. You should remain in there for as long as possible, and you should not under any circumstances leave your fallout room. If you have a basement, you should stay there, if possible reinforcing the outer walls. Before entering your fallout room, cover your windows and doors with thick and heavy materials and seal any door frames with tape. Your fallout room should contain food, water, a change of clothes, hygiene supplies and a battery-powered radio with a change of batteries. Our stations will broadcast essential information and the all-clear signal. You should be collecting your resources now. Collect water immediately. When the attack commences, fallout material will irradiate the water supply and make it unsafe for use. Use any containers available to collect water. 5 pints for each person per day over a 14-day period is a recommended minimum, but collect as much as humanly possible. You should collect all food that can be consumed without the need for cooking. You should use perishable items first and carefully ration your food during the fallout sheltering period. You should turn off your gas systems now, to avoid any catastrophic leaks or accidents. If a gas leak or fire forces you to evacuate your home, you will in all likelihood be exposed to a lethal dose of fallout. We are currently determining the trajectories of these missiles. What we do know is that they were launched by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Prime Minister John Major is currently discussing the necessary course of action with NATO and the United Nations. There is the potential for retaliatory strikes against the DPRK. The Queen and other important figures are being evacuated at the present moment. We can now confirm that the trajectories of the incoming strikes are London, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Edinburgh, and Belfast. These cities are already commencing evacuations and those within a 5-mile radius are being evacuated. Those who are not within a 5-mile radius of these cities should shelter in place unless otherwise instructed by police. Continue to build your inner fallout refuge. Once the fallout has subsided, a clear, steady tone will play on the radio and via sirens outside. When this plays, you are free to leave your fallout room and dispose of any waste or dead. If you have any pets, you should either release or euthanize them. They are likely to be uncooperative in a confined space for an extended period and will take up additional resources. Any method of euthanasia possible should be used. For your survival, euthanasia or release is recommended. Prime Minister John Major will soon make a statement to the British public about this attack. He will lay out our plans moving forward and provide a message of hope and stability to the